Hello, Capricorn. Welcome in, welcome back. I hope everybody's having a beautiful day. If you haven't been with me before, welcome in. My name is Priscilla. I'm a psychic, medium, tarot reader, a healer, an empath, and I also have the gift of telekinesis. Let me give you an example of that real quick, and then we will start the read. Third eye is wide open, and that's how I can do this. I embody my spirits. Here we go. They say that telekinesis doesn't exist, but you know, can't believe everything you hear, you read, right? And hear. But here it is. Telekinesis. I can move this with my mind, my third eye. All right, for heavier objects, I have to move my head up and down. All right, but this is light, so I don't have to. I can just move it with my mind. Okay. And also my hands can also move objects, whatever I have in my hand, okay? All right, so my spirits are going to pick out the first several cards, and then we will follow it up with tarot and some oracles. See what their messages they are trying to tell you, Capricorn. Now, subscribe to my channel so I can pick up on your energy, or they can pick up on your energy, because of course it's an energy transfer, okay? I do private readings. My information is down below. Now, of course, this is a collective reading for Capricorn, so everybody's on a different timeline and we all live different lives. So please take what resonates and leave it to the whoever it belongs to, okay? All right. Okay, so let's see what crowns Capricorn. What is going on with Capricorn? What crowns them right now? Okay, so it's a fire sign you're dealing with, okay? Or you're thinking about. You're either thinking about a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Or you might be dealing with a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or you might have this in your chart, okay? Let's see, what is your intuition telling you right now? Options, all right? Maybe you feel like you're an option to someone. All right, maybe you feel like somebody's juggling you. You might be juggling someone. This is maybe you feel like somebody has addictions. All right, this is addiction. It's player. Maybe somebody has some kind of porn addiction around you. Okay, and this is your throat chakra right now. You're searching. Okay, you're searching for, thinking about you. But somebody's searching you online. They're thinking about you. Their profile creeping. Maybe you block the contact too. Maybe you block somebody from contacting you because they were, you know, trying to play you, okay, with a fire sign. All right. Again, this can be you, fire sign. It can have this in your chart, or it can be somebody was playing you with you know, trying to make you an option with the fire sign. All right. This is what's in your heart right now. Your heart chakra is justice. Like you feel like you want justice. All right, this can be divorce matters, any kind of legal matters. A court visit, you might have to go to court for some of you. For some of you, you know, you're probably going through separation right now, or there's some kind of legal matters that you're going to get justice about, okay? Whether it be, you know, you suing somebody, but something to do with some kind of legal matters in court, okay? Family. Couldn't be with family members, but family is here. Starting a family. For some of you, you want to start a family. You're feeling safe with your family right now. You're building a foundation. Okay, but dragonflies are significant. All right, when I was channeling into this reading, that dragonflies and somebody with headaches. Right, so somebody here or maybe around you, or you can have maybe neck problems or head problems, headaches, migraines, cluster headaches, whatever. Okay, but I feel like you or somebody that you know has this condition: migraines, clusters, headaches. I channeled into that very strongly. Okay, but for some of you, you want to start a family. Or for some of you, you're starting a family, you're building a foundation, you're feeling safe now. This can be too that, you know, for some of you, this can be either past, present, or future. Some of you already went to court and now you're good with with finances. You're feeling safe, okay? All right. So for some of you, your love life or your um yeah, your love life unsatisfied. Okay, for some of you, you're not satisfied. You're losing interest in someone. Okay, for some of you, you're living bare minimum. You're struggling financially. You know, for some of you, or and for some of you, you're losing interest in your partner or someone that you know love or whatever. This can be a loved one. This doesn't have to be somebody. It can be a loved one or a lover, okay? Family or a lover. But some of you are living by the bare minimum. Reciprocation is here. You're unsatisfied about something, though. And of course, it's going to be about, you know, a family member, too, okay? And it's going to be somebody's losing interest in somebody. Somebody here has tattoos on their legs, okay, on their legs. What's grounding you is ravenous. Somebody either, you know, must have you or you must have somebody, okay? There's hunger for pleasure here, okay? Hunger for pleasure. What you don't see under the deck is clown, all right? So somebody's, you know, feeling ashamed. Maybe somebody feels like, you know, something about their appearances, all right? For some of you, this can be someone you know, all right? Or this can be you. Take it where it resonates, okay? But this is somebody that says clown. They're feeling ashamed. Maybe, I'm getting pizza face. I don't know why, but appearances, humiliation. Let's see. Okay, what's going on with this fire sign for Capricorn spirit? Yeah, this came right out. Hangman, yeah, somebody saw a different perspective of somebody. You know, they saw them differently. They got enlightened about something, so they're seeing things different than before. All right, somebody's seeing something different than before. They got some kind of different perspective about this Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, okay? It can be you or them. Capricorn, what is this? Options, play, addictions, giving, receiving, Six of Pentacles. Maybe for some of you, you know, somebody was giving somebody, you know, giving money for some kind of addictions. And now you're tired, you're resilient, you're done. Last stand, your resilience. Nine of Wands. Somebody tested your boundaries. Now, you know, your last stand. That's it. You're saving your money. You're not giving the money anymore. I feel like somebody took somebody's money here. I feel, and now they're looking at this person differently. Okay, now they're resilient. Now they're wary about it, and now they're keeping their money. They're holding their money, and or their feelings. Okay, and this is right about justice. So yeah, this is about justice. This is somebody's legal matters here, or somebody here is withholding money from you for sure. Somebody's withholding money. It could be from a divorce, some kind of legal matters. But, you know, it's two things here. All right. Yeah, you're bored. All right, you're no longer, you're bored. You're meditating, you're reevaluating something. Four of Cups. You're disconnected about this, of course, about this person holding this money back or holding their emotions. Both. Okay, take it where it resonates. Some of you are contemplating about, you know, this foundation, about this family member. The moon, yeah, because there's been some kind of mystery here. Yeah, there's a mystery. And now you're losing interest. That's why you're losing interest, because of the mystery. Trying to put fear on you, an illusion. Maybe somebody try to make you a, option or something, or trying to be a cheater. Trying to be messy, giving them money. I mean, you blocked them now. And that's why you probably blocked their contact. You got a different perspective of this person. Yeah, you're moving on. Ace of Swords, because you got mental clarity. That's right, because you got mental clarity. Maybe this person has some uncontrollable desires that they couldn't help or whatever, And that's what made you dissatisfied, because all the mystery around you and all the, anxiety and all the illusions that they try to make you feel here. But now you got Ace of Swords, so this is what grounds you. This is, a sharp mind, of course, a new, new ideas. This can be a new conflict that's coming. Now, what else? What is this Justice here? Just do this real quick. What is this Justice with the Four of Coins? What is this? What is this? The Justice with the Four of Pentacles. What is this? Yeah, again, the Moon. The Moon, about somebody's money. Yeah, this is about money. Something about money. Somebody's trying to, something about somebody's money here. Trying to take you as a fool. Or somebody's, feeding somebody's, some addiction of some sort. Maybe somebody was feeding somebody's addiction and you found out about this. Yeah, because Moon came out twice, so... Yeah, somebody's definitely losing interest in somebody, and I think it was something to do with money. Somebody's losing interest in somebody, and or somebody's also living on the bare minimum. All right, this came up. Star came up. Okay, Star. Wish fulfillment. Somebody had a breakthrough with something here. Somebody had a breakthrough with something or someone. Seeing it clear now. Okay, somebody's seeing something very clear right now. All right, the Wheel. Yeah, it was destiny. All right, it's a turning point. Okay, the Wheel. It was a turning point. Now things are going to be working in your favor now. So big changes are going to be coming after you, sat back and you surrendered, you surrendered, letting go with this new perspective, this deep insight that you have. It was fate to happen to do with something to do with the Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aries. But things are working in your favor. There's a turning point. And marriage just, oof. Marriage here, marriage life. This can be this whole thing, this whole options here about giving somebody money, giving and receiving. But new partner may be divorced, they're saying. So there might be a new partner that might be divorced, or you're attracted to a married person. This can be you or them, attracted to a married person. Yeah, it was somebody who was giving somebody's money to someone. That's what that was. And someone find out. They fooled around, they effed around, and they found out. Bridge. Okay, bridge. Need to find common ground here. Somebody needs to find common ground with this other person. I see like somebody, like there's a split up or there's a breakup here. They're withholding their money, withholding their something to do with the divorce, withholding money back. Being frugal, trying to, you know, manipulate happiness. Yeah, all you want is happiness, you know, feeling on top of the world. For some of you, yeah, for some of you, this justice that you got, or these legal matters that you are, this court visit that you're gonna be winning. All right, you're gonna be feeling on top of the world after this this court. It's gonna be justice, legal matters you're going to be happy about. So it's going to be an incident that made you happy. All right, and I believe it's this justice. Okay. Leadership. Yeah, for some of you, you know, this is the reason why you've been, you know, this disconnected right now, meditating and reevaluating stuff. You know, for some of you, you know your value, leadership. You know, you're now you're using your logic over your emotions now. You know, you want to feel safe, start a family, feel safe. Yeah, I feel like somebody, you know, dissed you. Somebody disrespected you. Somebody did something here. Either took your money, cheated, something. Made you an option. Look, unfinished. Unfinished. It's unfinished business here. There's, you know, tying up loose ends with something that you lost interest with. You know, seeing things through this mystery, this illusion or whatever. But things were left unsolved about this. So for some of you, you need to go back and tie up loose ends. Yeah, you're at the crossroads. There's crossroads here. You know, you're faced with decisions after this mental clarity that you had. You know, maybe somebody was, you know, acting shady or whatever with you. And now you're faced with responsibility. You're faced with making a choice here. This is what grounds you. But you have mental clarity, and now you're faced with all these choices that you have to make. Okay, my witches. I feel like it is witches here. I don't know why I just said that. Okay. Might be white witches, might be kitchen witches, herb witches here. I don't know. There's some kind of witches are here. Okay. Yeah, look what I just said. Crystal ball. You're chosen not to believe what's already clear to you. All right, there it is. You're chosen not to believe what's clear to you. Something is clear right in your face. And, you know, look, hangman. Hangman, that's right. Something is clear to you. You know, but things are going to be working in your favor. And, you know, just trust in your intuition. Don't, you know, whatever's in front of you, trust what you're seeing. You know, you can't just not trust what you're seeing. You know, when somebody tells you they're they're, you know, an a-hole, they're an a-hole, okay? Trust what people tell you, okay? Sometimes when they show you, trust in that. For some of you, you know, you're very giving and very generous and everything, but to a fault. Some of you, you know, you try to, you know, try to maybe cover the sun with one finger. I just heard, I don't know what that meant, but yeah. Okay, bloody tears. Bloody tears are here. You will cry and become extra sensitive. Somebody has bright blue eyes, or you know somebody with bright blue eyes. But this is, you know, this is right above marriage. Okay, this is right above marriage. I feel like somebody here, you know, again, they had addictions and they played somebody here. They were giving somebody too much of their time or money, you know? And it should have been you they were giving their time and money to, not this other person. Take it where it resonates, okay? Voodoo doll. Yeah, you're dealing with bullies, bad intentions, hurting others. This can be you or them, okay? I see like a voodoo doll, you know, this says voodoo doll, okay? dealing with bullies, bad intentions, hurting others. This is, yeah, somebody who's, you know, yeah, look, this is why you're resilient. This is why you're in the nine of wands here. Tch, you're resilient to all this. Maybe you transitioned, maybe you had a spiritual awakening or whatever, but there's another phase of life here, and you probably know this, dealing with these bullies and bad intentions. For some of you, mm, you or them, I don't know, take it where it resonates. But blood moon, here we go. Disruptive and change. All right, this is in your heart chakra, so this is definitely something that's gonna be changing. That's gonna be you're gonna disruption and change. There's definitely change here. That's gonna be, it's a turning point in your life that's about to happen. All right, because you got kind of moon twice, 3 times. All right, something with, you know, something changing in your life here. All right, and the disruption of some sort. Again, it might be a family member or a loved one. Some kind of unfinished business here, unsatisfied, unfinished, mystery. Yeah, it's all in, you know, lining up here with your love, your self satisfaction, your sacred chakra, love, and then the disruption and change. Something's gonna change here, whether it be with money or your love. I feel like, you know, with the whole justice and divorce and legal matters and everything. Yeah. And then Bloody Heels just came out. Bloody Heels. All right, something to do with the color red too. Trail of evidence. There's a trail of evidence somebody left behind here. Trail of evidence. So now you're using your logic over emotions. For some of you, you know, you're hellfire, becoming a problem and creating drama. All right, this is the unfinished with the moon. So somebody here, you know, somebody around you who you're unsatisfied with and who you're losing interest with is becoming a problem and creating drama. All right. This is this unfinished business that you have to see through. Okay. This is this, it's going to become a problem. It's going to be creating a problem. This can be also with work. This can be also with work. Maybe you have to, you know, come out with something here. So, getting played with. I don't know. See, look, yeah, somebody's playing. Somebody's trying to play you, getting played with. Okay. And dolls are significant. Dolls are significant. I don't know how they're significant, but I just heard that. Dolls. All right. Creepy doll. You might have a creepy doll around you, or you know that somebody has a creepy doll. Okay. Don't believe everything that you hear and say, they say. Don't believe in everything that you hear. All right. See and hear. Don't believe in everything that you see in here. Like I said at the beginning of this reading, you know, people don't believe, they say that they don't believe in telekinesis and it doesn't exist. Yeah, it does. How can I move something with my mind if it doesn't exist? How, if it, you know, like, how is that possible? So it's bull. A lot of things that you hear or read is not true. They're just words. You know what I mean? Okay, now this witch came, it actually fell, all right, when I was in the middle of meditating for this reading. So they want me to pick out, they want to pick out something from this deck. I don't know, but it's a message for somebody that needs to hear this, all right? This is a message for somebody here, Capricorn, that needs to hear this. So hang on one second while we let Spirit pick out whatever card that they want you to hear. But this is important, so just hang in 2 seconds, maybe 3. All right, yeah. Spider. For some of you, you've been seeing spiders. Okay, for some of you, you've been seeing spiders, or you're going to be seeing spiders. You can be, 1973 is significant to you. You can be 36, 37, or 38 years old. Okay. And it means spider. What a wild web we weave, dear child, a delicious mystery untamed. Ooh. Okay, that's what that says there. You can be 51 years old, or the 15th is here, January 15th. All right, spider is one of the ultimate animal manifestors. Okay, however, she doesn't go out and force what she wants. She doesn't obsess over when she'll catch something in her weave. She casts her net and allows the powers that be in the time and space to bring something into her web. True manifestations isn't about wishing. It's about planting your seeds and trusting them to grow into something worthwhile. All right? Wow. Spider has come crawling into your spread to remind you to cast your weave, then give it time to catch your prey. Spirit is asking you to give the wish me a car stuff a break. Set your intentions, but then let them go. Don't obsess about how long it's taking your intentions to come to life, or your spell to work. Again, I feel like there's witches here. You're doing some kind of something, maybe candle magic, or word magic, or some kind of herb magic, or some kind of magic. Again, I'm sensing that. All right, but they're saying don't obsess on how long it's gonna take. All right, your spell to work. Just focus on getting your way only draws attention to the fact that you do not have it. All right, so don't obsess about how long it takes your intentions to come to life, or your spell work to work. Focus on getting your way only draws attention to the fact that you do not have it. That is the space where doubt creeps in, and doubt is a destroyer of magic. All right, doubt is the destroyer of magic. So trying to take control of how something will come to you may be the very thing that keeps your goal from happening. So remember, the powers that be are smarter than you. They know all, see all, and know the best path to take. It might take longer, but what if you discovered something you didn't even know you needed or wanted along the way? All right? Okay, so that's what they wanted to tell you. All right. If you need to rewind, but that was important because yeah, at the beginning of this reading, that thing, when I tell you fell, all right, what else? My beautiful Capricorns. What else here? What do you have to tell Capricorn? What else could you have to tell Capricorn here? What else do you have to tell Capricorn? What are they choosing not to see? For some of you, you have crystal balls, There's a bait and switch. That's what you don't see. Bait and switch. Okay? You're choosing not to believe what's already clear to you, but there's a bait and switch. Okay? 44 years old might be significant here. But that number 4 is significant, okay? But bait and switch, somebody's trying to bait and switch. Again, it can be a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? Karmic lesson. This is a karmic lesson. All right, karmic lesson with this marriage and giving this addiction or whatever. This can be you or them learning their karmic lessons, but lessons learned. 62, you can be 62, 63, 64 years old. You can have a 26-year-old child, or the 26th, that number is significant. January 26th, that date is significant for some of you. It could be your birthday, or I don't know. I just heard somebody passing. Okay, child behavior, the 26th. Child behavior, so the 9th. So childish behavior in your heart chakra. Okay, so disruption, this change that's about to come. Don't be immature about it. All right. For some of you, there's a reignited love that's coming back to you. There's a reignited love. That's probably searching for you. Okay. But just be careful because they might have bad intentions. You can be 35 years old. Okay, but just be careful. They might have bad intentions. You can, yeah, I don't want to say that, but it could be you that trying to get somebody. No. What else? What else, Spirit? What's this family, leadership, trail of evidence with the Four of Cups? What is this for Capricorn? What else do you have to tell me with this? What else? What do you got to tell me with this? Belligerent. Yeah, somebody's belligerent here. And somebody wears a suit. I feel like somebody's boss. I don't know. I don't know why. I just feel like somebody's boss is like this. I'm screaming all the time. The 6th is significant. The number 6, the number 11 is significant. But somebody's sugarcoating something around you. All right? It's going to become a problem and it's going to create drama. And about this unfinished business that you're unsatisfied about. But somebody's sugarcoating something. This can be, whatever it is, but somebody's sugarcoating this whole unfinished business with this mystery, trying to, try to sugarcoat whatever it is that they have hiding underneath or something, or maybe a situation that happened, some kind of drama or problem, and they're just trying to sugarcoat it like nothing happened. And you're just like, ugh, I'm over it, Mate poaching. Yeah, this is what grounds you. This is you finding somebody new, but this is hunger for pleasure. Yeah, somebody's hunger for pleasure here. Mate poaching. This is, somebody's getting played with here. Let me say, I don't believe everything you see and hear. This is television. So Spirit wants you to don't believe everything that you hear and see on television. Okay? Capricorn. What are you going to tell me for Capricorn on this deck? Capricorn. 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 Okay, Soul Fury. Yeah. 1974 is significant, and so is 47 years old. 32 years old is here, and January 19th and January 1st and 11th is here. But Fury, yeah, you're pissed off about somebody bait and switching you. That's right. You learned something about someone. It's a turning point. It was fate for it to happen, though. All right. This can be you or that. Madness, unpleasantness, fury, offense. Somebody probably offended you or you offended someone, okay? But luck is here. Luck is here. And this is right. Yeah, you're going to be getting something here. This is right above 6 of Pentacles. Receiving something. Jackpot, fortune, some kind of reward. All right? Some kind of reward. Some kind of fortune is coming in. Your luck. Luck is here. That's right. Expertise, talent, some kind of profession here. For some of you, you're cooks, okay? And you're an expertise on whatever you do. Okay? Unrequited love. Unrequited love is right above that, though. Dealing with bullies. This person probably, bad intentions. This person who probably wants to come back. You can be 35 or 53 years old. They tested your, they tested you. You know, they tested your boundaries. But you're resilient to all of this. You were resilient because now you got triumph. Okay, triumph. And this is success, victory, achievement. Okay, and this is under justice. So you're going to win that lawsuit, whatever, legal matters, whatever you court visit that you have going on, suing, whatever court situation, court matters, you're going to be winning. You're going to be, be successful. You'll win that. All right, death is here. Death. So this is endless harm, inevitable. 1979 is significant here, but yeah, this is family. This is endless harm. For some of you, you know, you're going to be probably, like, again, be losing a close family member, or you just lost a family member. And now you have to, you know, step up and take a leadership role, okay? And people around you might be pissed off about this. Belligerent. Okay, what else? Yeah, a gift, again, collaboration, backup, unity, enhancement. For some of you, yeah, you're going to be, this is somebody who is collaborating with you with this unfinished business that you have here. Yeah, this is this can be at work, this unfinished business or whatever. This can be a family member, but there's definitely people that, and it was a group. And it was definitely a group that you was collaborating with, okay? It can be members of something, work, family, whatever, okay? But there's a gift here. This is what grounds you. A gift, a souvenir, a promotion, some kind of delightful something. But 63 is significant, that number. And 36 is also significant. Okay, the 9th is here. January 9th is here. December 29th is here. All right. Let me just give me one of these. Give me one of these. Capricorn. All right. Imprisonment. Why did I know that was going to come out? Somebody, 1985, 1958. Somebody around you is probably in jail or in prison. Imprisonment, it says here. Maybe somebody's coming out of jail, somebody's in prison or going to prison or something. That can be significant. And then you have Panther. All right, you can be seeing panthers or panda. I'm sorry, panda. You can be seeing a panda on television or in person. But a panda is significant, okay? And it means tranquility. Strong personal boundaries are essential for feeling safe and grounded, okay? For feeling safe. Look at that, feeling safe and grounded. This says feeling safe down here. All right, they help create and balance a nurturing environment. So tranquility. Some of you need to, you know, be tranquil at this point. Strong personal boundaries are essential for feeling safe and grounded. So boundaries, yeah, look, boundaries. You set your boundaries up, all right? This is essential for feeling safe and grounded right now. All right. So they help create and balance a nurturing environment. So stay grounded, people. Okay. This was your reading. I hope it resonated. If it didn't, come back for the next so you can go and watch your rising sign. Okay. Love, light, and peace to each and every one of you. Please be kind to one another. And please don't be mean, because mean people suck. Mwah. I love you, Capricorn. I will see you soon. Peace out.